Up, everybody? Doing things a little bit differently over here on the channel today. Typically, our pop-up live streams, which are just me being a big whiskey nerd and Erin participating in chat if she is around, that's what our pop-ups are. But tonight, we're going live for all to see because this is important information. Tonight, today, this afternoon, this evening, it's not evening yet. I feel like it would be this afternoon, right? I feel like that feels accurate. But yeah, happy to see you guys. It's gonna be fun. We got a couple things to try here. Some bonus barrel pick releases that we're going to be dropping tomorrow for Patreon, as well as upcoming barrel pick releases and cool new products to market. We're going to talk about all of it here in just a minute. We'll say hey to everybody while people are still filtering in here, but we got Rizzle D in the house, Dave McDowell, Chris is here, Chris B and Chris J are both here. Doug Cox is here. Good to see you, man. Jason Crute in the house. Great to see you, brother. Steve is here. Aaron. Awesome to see y'all. Agent Oak, thank you for joining in, man. Domingo. We got GM Scott. And you're live. We are here. Hopefully I have audio. Man, I sure hope I have audio. I didn't reboot before this. That seems to be the deciding factor of whether or not I have audio. We got Justin Van D. Is it Van D? Yeah, Justin Van D in the house. I didn't know if it cut it off or not. Quinn's in the house, sipping on some Russell's single barrel Tyrone Q. You'd love to see it. Veronica's in the house. JG, Mr. Mom, Keith Barr, Brian Height, Dave Renstrom. Dave, we were just talking about you on a video today. So that's awesome. Christian's here. Darren, Mark Schwartz in the house. Always good to see Mark and Kim. We got Mike G. John. Oh, wait. Chat just jumped on me. John Legalbo, right? Where's he at? Yeah, John Legalbo's here. All right, we got audio. Good. And Scott Golson's here. Man, great to see you all. All right, we got some fun stuff to try tonight, guys. Today, again, I'll just say this afternoon. That will confuse me the least. Look, this is our Patreon pop-up live streams. If you're a member, you know what it's about. If you're tuning in and you're not, and you're wondering where Aaron's at, these are our pop-up formats. It's just me being a whiskey nerd. So let's go ahead and get some stuff poured so it can get some air. Nathan, thanks for joining in, brother. From San Antone. Good to see you. So we are pouring up some bonus barrel picks, and I'll explain why I'm calling them bonus picks here in just a minute when we start talking about them. So pouring up a Penelope Rosé finished cask strength, or I don't know if it's cask strength. It's 110 proof, much higher proof than the regular shelfer. 110 proof. I don't think there's an age on this, but when we picked it, I think they said it was 7 years. I don't know if I'm misremembering or not. I might be conflating. 6 or 7 years, though, I'm almost sure. So the Penelope Rosé 110 proofer. We've got an Ezra Brooks full proof, which is 120 proof. I did not realize, full proof would indicate that that's their entry proof. Nice cork pop. And we're going to try to keep this to like a tight, wow, okay. We got some color variants already that's quite interesting. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but the rosé cask is quite a bit darker. I think this was a 5 to 6 year barrel. And we'll talk about it. I've only smelled these out of the bottle. By the way, let me show the rosé cask. This is the Penelope Rosé cask finish. As you can see, Shared Pour Creators 2024. So I'll talk about that here in a minute. Also going to do a little tasting of our Evernorth Essence bourbon pick and talk about that because we haven't done that on the channel. We have on Patreon, but not on the channel as a whole. So we'll cover that. And we'll talk about this right here, the Reveries Raven rare release bespoke blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. We will talk about this and all the details about this as well. So that will be at the end. We'll talk about all the details here in a minute. Let's go ahead and pour. I've got a different Evernorth bottle because the label got put on kind of funky on this one, and we'll talk about that. So pour up some of the Evernorth and get some of this Reveries poured as well. Let's get all these. Let's get some air in all these. This Reveries bottle, by the way, whoever did the wax on this is the same, absolutely was hired by the same person that used to do the Knob Creek wax. I just took this off, the cork out, and have like 3 more wax. It's just, at some point, I'm just going to peel all this wax off because all it's doing is just going everywhere. Some of it even got in Erin's glass. Erin has glasses of all these out there. I'm in the recording studio in the house. She is in the kitchen doing her nails, as one does. Because after this, we're going to do pizza and salad at home, and we're going to have a family movie night. We're going to watch The Breakfast Club with the 13-year-old. So she's never seen it before, and I haven't seen it in a very long time, so it's going to be fun to watch that with her. Hopefully it's a 13-year-old appropriate movie. I don't know. I don't remember much about it. So we got Nathan Hollis in the house. Tyler Boggs is here. Mr. Bogzilla himself. Great to see you, brother. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start off with need to talk about items. We have 2 big event items, okay? And they're going to be, I'm going to have to bring the keyboard on this side of the pours because I need to type a few things or look up a few things. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first one is going to be the Stuff and Whiskey annual get-together. It's happening May 16th and 17th here in Nashville, Tennessee. I think it's a 40-person limited ticketed event. I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, 3 tickets left. How would I tell quickly? Definitely should have done this before the stream started. It doesn't matter. I think there's 3 tickets. There's no more than 4. Oh, wait, that says 40 tickets. So that might, are there any available then? Well, I might be talking out of class. No, it says you can. Okay, yeah, there's at least 3 tickets available. At least. No more than 4, but potentially 3. Let me post a link in chat. There you go. So this is happening May 16th and 17th here in Nashville, Tennessee. Both events we're going to be talking about are here in Nashville, Tennessee. One in May, one in July. But that's happening in Nashville, Tennessee. Small group of Patreon members, and if anybody gets tickets that are part of or not part of the Patreon community, you're going to be part of something very special. So very, very cool. It's going to be dinners, events at Southern Collective Spirit Company, as well as Nashville Barrel Company, bottle shares, awesome stuff. 2 nights, Friday and Saturday in Nashville, Tennessee. And then in July, we have the big boy. This one is a biggie. All right. So the July the 25th and 26th, the tickets are $250 per person. There is a limited supply of tickets. It's capped at 100 people. We've already got Barrels for Hope, people that have bought into this. We have some tickets available. We're opening them up to non-Barrels for Hope members. If you're not familiar with Barrels for Hope, it is, and I'm going to post a link in chat right now. This is in Nashville, Tennessee. On, again, the dates are, always forget these, July 25th and 26th. For some reason, my brain always wants to say the 26th and 27th. It's the 25th, Friday, and July 26th, Saturday. July 26th evening is the big, big, big event. That's where we're going to be we've got a venue. We've got an event venue. We're going to have catered food, music, crazy bottles to share. It's BYOB. The bartenders do have to serve it, but it's going to be limited to 100 people. Nashville Barrel Company representatives will be there. Charity representatives will be there. 4 Barrels for Hope. We're going to have people there. Last year, at least, we did have people there from all of our charities that we represent. Hopefully this year we'll have the same for To Write Love on Her Arms, a mental health charity that we support. If you guys know the channel, you know To Write Love. That's who we've done fundraisers for the last 4 years now, 3 years, 3 years. Is it 3 or 4 years? No, we just now hit. So the last 3 years we've done that for To Write Love. And so we've raised over $70,000. We as a community, us and you guys. Barrels for Hope also supports them. So Erin's keeping me on task here. She is saying, what's Barrels for Hope? Stuff and Whiskey. Thank you for the cue. Barrels for Hope is a charity organization that was started as a brainchild of myself and Lance from Whiskey Tornado. If you're familiar with his YouTube channel, we talked about doing a subscription-based barrel pick program where the members just paid a subscription. They got barrel picks, 6 barrel picks a year. We brought in other people to be part of the board, and they're really the ones that make it all happen. Lance and I are just idea guys, but we brought in the charity element. So we support To Write Love in Our Arms for mental health. We support To Make a Wish, or the Make-A-Wish Foundation, not To Make-A-Wish, Make-A-Wish Foundation for children. We support American Cancer Society for cancer, and then Folds of Honor for military servicemen and women and their families who have lost military servicemen and women in the line of combat. So, or in the line of service. So very, very good charities that we support. Dave says, is this black tie semi-formal or casual? Very casual. I think overall the bottle shares Friday night. So let me lay out the Barrels for Hope event trajectory. It's not the 26th and 27th. It's the 25th. Okay. July the 25th, Friday. Gather in Nashville. Everybody get checked into the hotel. If you're here, we're going to do a thing at Southern Collective with the Barrels for Hope people. And then that night, we're going to have a bottle share at the Cambria Hotel in downtown Nashville in Midtown. It's going to be an awesome, awesome event. Bottle share, we got a private, like, what are they called? Like high floor situation, private conference room type of situation at the Cambria in private room, Erin is saying. But it's like a conference room. It's not like a individual room. It's a big space. So mega bottle share happening Friday night on July the 25th. And then Saturday, July 26th, we're going to go to Nashville Barrel Company. We're going to put together an event for everybody that wants to come to that completely. Once you get your ticket, you're in on the event at NBC. And then after that, we're going to go to a place, an event venue here in town. That's where we're going to host the main event. It's going to be like a 5-6 hour event. Probably, I think 5 hours, like 5 to 11-ish, I think sounds right. 6 hours. Buses to take you from the hotel to the event, catered food, music. We're going to do our check presentations for our 4 charities, charity announcements, or presentations, like not just the checks, but like last year they had representatives from each charity that came up and talked. It was incredibly moving. There was a kid up there that basically just said, thank you for my life. And then we talked to Make-A-Wish, and they said the $10,000, because we donated $40,000 last year, $10,000 to each of the 4 charities. Make-A-Wish said that $10,000 would entirely fund one kid's Make-A-Wish dream. So amazing. Saturday night was a dress-up thing last year, more of a semi-formal, not quite black tie, but I would just call it straight formal. This year, it may be more of the same on Saturday night, just to make it an event, to make it kind of special, But yeah, it's gonna be a great event. And I should say, on cue, Kim Schwartz is in the house, our events officer for Barrels for Hope, and I will hit her email right there. If you're interested in tickets, they're $250 a pop. This money goes to support charity, and you get to have a great time. There's going to be a lot of Stuff and Whiskey people there. There's going to be a lot of Whiskey Tornado people there, Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews, Mommy Valley Whiskey Society people. If any of those things mean anything to you, or if charity efforts for cancer, children, military, and mental health mean anything to you, and you can make it to Nashville and you want to have a really great time with really great people and drink really great whiskey, $250. It's kind of a steal of a deal, to be honest with you. We're going to do some really cool stuff, and we're going to not just whiskey and community related, but it's going to be bigger and better than that. There's a charity element involved. Last year we donated $40,000 to charity at this event. This year we're banking on even more than that. So we shall see. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in chat. This is July 25th and 26th in Nashville, Tennessee. If you can come and you want to be there, again, email kim@barrelsforhope.com. She can get you on the list for tickets. We got some out there. You like Stuff and Whiskey annual gathering is going to be a great time. If you're coming to that, it's going to be killer. Barrels for Hope event will be distinctly different and also amazing. It is worth coming to both if you can come to both. If you can't come to both, pick and choose your spot. But I know May is coming right around the corner. If you can't get plans together that soon, totally okay. If you can come to Barrels for Hope, we are going to have a fantastic time. So, yeah, a lot of Stuff and Whiskey people are in Barrels for Hope. So, with that said, I think we're done with the keyboard here. I think all the links have been posted in chat. And if you missed them or you're catching the rewatch, please go ahead and catch that. And we'll run through these samples real quick of these 4 barrels, and then we'll call it a stream. So this should go fairly abbreviated. We don't want to be on here too long. We want this to be rewatchable for people. So we're going to try to keep it to like 30, 45 minutes tops. So let me talk about the Penelope Rosé cask finish and the Ezra Brooks. Both of these bottles right here were chosen in conjunction with a bunch of other channels at the Shared Pour Partners event this last July 2024 summer. So what we did was we went to Luxro, amongst other places, and we went to Luxro and MGP. We chose 12 or 13 barrels. So the channels involved in this are ourselves, although Aaron was not able to make it. So these are only my palate qualified, not Aaron's palate qualified. She is tasting these in the other room. She can tell you what she thinks about them in chat. But I should definitely pull up my email and let you know cost on these. That should have already been done, and I am slacking on it. So let me see if I can find the email about that. I believe it's right here. All right, let me see. All right, yep, got it. Cool. So we chose 12 or 13 barrels. I can't remember. I think it's 12, but there was a 13th barrel that we were talking about picking. We'll see if that one pops up or not. These were part of the Luxro pick process. We picked a stave finished Ezra and Rebel, and then we picked 120 proof, full proof Ezra and Rebel. We picked a Penelope Rosé cask finish at 110 proof. We picked a Yellowstone American single malt that's like 108 proof, I believe. We picked an Ezra 7-year rye single barrel, and that's what we picked at Luxro, those 7 barrels. And then we went to MGP and we picked 5 to 6 more barrels of various ages of Remus bourbons and man, why am I blanking? What's the rye that they have at MGP? It's not Old Overholt. That's Beam. Why am I blanking on what they call their rye? I need some help, guys. What's it called? What's MGP's rye called? Wow. That's like, you know the name of a friend's spouse and your mind just absolutely blanks out. That's what's happening right now. Rossville Union, that's it. Good grief. Wow. Like, I literally, if my very life depended on giving you that name, I never would have gotten it. Not a chance. Not a chance. So I think we picked like a 5.5 year Remus bourbon, a 7.5 year Remus bourbon, and then we picked a 7.5 year, 9.5 year, and I think 11 year Remus or a Rossville Union rye, or some variation of like those ages. So yeah. But anyways, the channels involved here were me as a representative for Stuff and Whiskey, Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews, Bourbon of the Week, Chris, It's Bourbon Night, Chad and Sarah were both there, Jason over at Mash and Drum, Scott over at My Bourbon Journey, and then Todd and Andy from 21090. I think that was all the channels involved. I definitely did not count on my fingers the right way. But so all those pallets came together to pick these barrels, and I'm almost sure that other than one exception, which Sarah and I had to fight for because everyone else in the group was being dumb and they were picking a lesser barrel over the right choice of one of the Remus bourbons. And for everybody else was like, I like both of these. I just slightly prefer this one. And Sarah and I were like, no, the other one that you guys are saying you prefer slightly less, that's the winner by far. And it's not even close. So the group was very nice to Sarah and I, and they acquiesced, and we got that Remus barrel instead of the one that they were trying to get. Maybe we end up getting both. I don't know. We'll see. But these are part of that selection process. And these were both unanimous. No questions asked. So let's get into this Penelope. And the Penelope and the Ezra Brooks will be releasing tomorrow on our Patreon, as well as all those other Patreon communities at whatever times they choose to release them. For us, it's going to start at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central. And the Penelope Rosé Cask Finish, by the way, these barrels are all split between all those channels. So we're going to have 36 of those bottles, and all the other channels will also have 36. It's going to be $79.99. And then the Ezra is going to be 36 bottles as well, $59.99. So $80, $60. Let's taste them. Let's see. The Penelope Rosé Cask Finish. I remember on the pick, this one sticking in my mind as one of the standout superstars of the pick process, just because it was so absolutely freaking enjoyable. So let's see what we're working with here. Oh man, that smells so good. That smells like, you know, those, boy, I can see it in my mind. It's like the white, like cellophane wrapper that looks like a strawberry, but it doesn't look like a strawberry. It's white and it has the little black dots on it, and it has the pink on the ends. And inside of it is like a hard strawberry candy that smells like strawberries and vanilla. That's what this smells like. Huh? Aaron's, this is what happens on our Patreon pop-ups.
It's red cellophane.
Where's the white at? I can remember white. Is it on the ends? Aaron's telling me it's red cellophane.
I have wet fingernails. I can't open the door.
This is our Patreon pop-ups. They're just
red.
Unhinged.
It's red with black dots and green.
All right, I'll look it up. This is I'm distinctly remembering white.
Also,
this is our Patreon pop-ups.
I just did my nails. They're very short. I cut them really short. Okay, goodbye. Also, hot
right.
girls read books.
You're right.
Okay, bye.
You're right. I just searched strawberry candy old, and Aaron's right. Maybe I'm thinking of something different. I think it whatever I'm thinking of would taste exactly the same as what this looks like, but it's very much in the vein of something like, you know, you guys can see that. It's like a strawberry vanilla creamy type of thing. Strawberry cream savor vibes. Oh, and then as it opens up, or not even opens up, it's been poured for 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here. As it sits here and gets air in the glass, or more as your nose acclimates to it, you start getting the underlying bourbon, the MGP bourbon underneath there. Oh, JG says, I bet Aaron is a great backseat driver. Emphasis on the great. Man, this smells so good. I will say, first smell, there was an ethanol edge as I've gotten acclimated to it. And we recorded earlier today, but we've had a bit of a break. So this smells really, if you like fruity, creamy, kind of like cream savor type bourbon, this is going to be up your alley. 110 proof. Man, on the nose, the finish is more prominent than on the palate. So I like rosé, but I'm not like, I don't just sit around and drink rosé. I'll have it if Aaron has some or whatever, and I try to keep at least a bottle of rosé in the house at any point in time where Aaron's like, I want some rosé. It's there on the palate, but it's blended into such a way that it literally just tastes like strawberry candy. Whether you like that or not, I don't know. Whether you want to pay $80 for that, I don't know. There's only going to be 36 bottles available. They will probably go fast. You don't get this at cash or higher proof very often. I think the lower proof version is like 92 proof. What's the Penelope Rosé cask finish proof that's shelfer? Oh man. Okay, going back to the nose, I'm getting way more of like the caramelly, bourbony. It's more of like the caramel and vanilla are coming through. And there's almost like I don't know how to describe it, like a barrel finished funk in a good way. Not like a turkey funk, but a little bit of like a twist, a twang that isn't like a crafty or sharp or gross or weird funk. It's just more of like, I would call this delightful. Like it just feels like fun, delightful bourbon to me. Man, yeah, I know why okay. That's very apparent why we picked that then. Second sip, palate acclimated, very oily, like more than this should be for 110 proof, you know. Wow. Very oily, kind of full palate. It kind of hits everything in there, but at 110 proof in the way that like a good Russell's pick would. It almost even has a little bit of that Russell's, the Russell's nuttiness, not Jim Beam nuttiness, not even Heaven Hill nuttiness, but like that Russell's. It's wild. Like I know this is base MGP bourbon, but it feels like it's finished turkey to me. That's crazy. And it kind of smells like a very strawberry forward Russell's pick, but with like a like the strawberry cream savor heavy twist on it. Not heavy. Heavy's not the right word. Um, how would I say it? Faint, but noticeable. Like it's not heavy-handed, but you're also not going to miss it, if that makes sense. The rosé cask plays really, really nice with the base bourbon in here. Man, it's so unique. It's almost that four sip. I got more of the rosé cask on the finish in a really pleasant way. It's just like dancing on the back of the palate. And a little like it almost puts me, I know it's rosé cask finish, but it almost has like a little bit of like a champagne-y type of thing to it as well. That is very unique, very different in a very good way. Delightful. I mean, that's delightful, joyous bourbon. I don't know what else to say about that right there. All right. Josh, we're going to get to it. He says, what essence barrel number is that? We will talk about it. We will talk about it. Quinn says, Russell's, you say? Dude, yeah, honestly, I could be wrong. But it feels way more turkey than MGP. It's a very interesting profile on that rosé cask finish. Again, releasing tomorrow. I think at all the channels. Again, who was there? Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. Myself representing Stuff and Whiskey. Aaron could not make it, unfortunately. Chris at Bourbon of the Week. Dusty Dan at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. Jason Calori at Mash and Drum. Scott at My Bourbon Journey. And then Todd and Andy from 21090. So all the palettes that I just mentioned went into picking these two barrels. Next one up being the Ezra Brooks Full Proof. 120 proof. You can just see there on the label if you can see it. It's kind of in a script font, probably not. So it says Shared Pour Creators 2024. We're going to be doing another one of these events, I believe, this summer. Picking some more barrels. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah. So we shall see. This was barrel filled 3/21/19. So this will be 6 years old. 6-year-old Ezra Brooks, 120 proof. And this one's going to be $60. The rosé cask will be $80. This will be $60. Man, look, I just want to go ahead and I always want to put all my cards on the table. By the way, Erin is tasting these, I think, out there. She might be doing her nails, but if she's tasting them, she should post what she thinks in the comments below. This Ezra Brooks tastes confectionery or smells confectionery. Oh man. Oh man, what is that? Is like a cherry Danish or something? Strawberry Danish? Cherry Danish? It smells very fluffy. And I love when I get that note. And I don't know what it means. And all I know is if you could smell this too, you would be like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Probably doesn't if you're not smelling it. Sure wish you could. There's a bit of a, very interestingly, there's a bit of like a fluffy, there's the fluffy pastry confectionery type of note in there on the top of the bottle. And then underneath that, there's a little bit of like a savory twang. I'm not even getting a nuttiness on here. I'm getting a little bit of like a crazy barrel char note that's coming across in like a very twangy way. All right, Erin's telling me to see her comment above. I don't even know how she did that upper arrow. All right, so she's saying, I think it's good, a bit sharp though to me. I did get that on the first 2 sips. It is a younger whiskey. We do know that. And then that kind of, once my palate acclimated to it, it got nice and level. It's got some pop though. I mean, don't expect like a 15-year-old. Things are what they are. Don't expect like an aged whiskey smooth thing. JG says Erin is getting notes of acetone. I didn't see that. Did she say that? I'm not getting acetone. I'm curious. Dadgummit. She's saying Finnish turkey. My wife is ridiculing me from the other room about. Okay, and now JG's piling on. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh. You guys are the worst, best people. And I mean that when I say it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jason says she is doing her nails. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm catching up. It's taken me a minute. We got Chip in the house. Good to see you. William is saying there's a bottle in some of your videos that I see. I have no idea what it is, but it calls to me. It's from Nashville Bourbon Company. It's like a silver label. Oh, we got some of the. I mean, I thought I had one. Nashville Barrel Company, their single barrels are the best stuff they do. So yeah, we do have some of those. All right, so the Ezra. When I think of Ezra Brooks pick, any Ezra Brooks pick, I think caramel, toffee, chocolate, and that's basically it. That's pretty much it. Aaron's coming in.
Is it this one?
Let me ask. William, is it this one? No, I don't think we had this one on the channel very much. This one? Let us know, William. Is this what you're talking about? I have things to say about this one. I mean, I'll put it over here. Here you go.
Okay. Here's another NBC. Oh,
that's our. I was thinking about. I mean, any of those, like.
Oh, maybe this one?
No, not that one. The label that you like, the split label that had the Nashville Skyline.
Oh yeah, this one.
No, that's the old label.
Where did it go?
There's one right there. Open up the other side. Just close that. Yeah, close that side.
Sorry, I'm trying not to mess up my nails.
No, you're good. Grab the Barrels for Hope pick right there on the other side.
Oh yeah, this one. This is my favorite label. I wish they still did
William,
this one.
that one or this label? The split label with the black bottom. If you drink enough out of it, the Nashville skyline shows. You can kind of see it through the liquid. It's so dark though, but it's this Nashville skyline that shows through, kind of like a Buffalo Trace Antique Collection would show the face of George C. Stagger, William LaRue Weller. You can kind of see it in the background. So let me know on that. That's our 5-year Tennessee whiskey pick. All right. So, about to get into this Ezra. I feel like I'm all over the place right now, which is not uncommon for our Patreon live streams. So, Nathan says, I broke down and bought an NBC single barrel. I was complaining about being $150 at Total Wine. It is delicious, of course. Well, and that's the thing, man. It depends on the palate picking it. That's why we're so specifically explicit about who are the palates picking the barrel. If Total Wine sent somebody and they actually tasted the barrels and got a good pick, that is awesome. If it's just a barrel NBC sent out, I would assume they want a good barrel pick to go to Nashville Barrel. If you get something, anything like this, or their new labeling of what we just picked looks like this, that right there, a little bit more of like an antique type of label. Those are single barrels. If you get the ones that look like this is more of a small batch blend. And this is all like 6-year-old Heaven Hill stuff that they blend for the most part. And it ranks really high for Fred Minnick. It's just a good, easy sipper for me. I don't think it's particularly special whiskey. The single barrels are where they shine. It's got to be the right single barrel. So Aaron is saying, I like the Ezra better than the Penelope, just saying. She's tasting them on the nose. I think the Ezra, honestly, it's weird that they're similar in like that strawberry candy type of note. Again, let me get on track here. With the Ezra, when I think of Ezra, I think of caramel, toffee, chocolate, heavy chocolate. This right here is way more fruity than that typically is. We are off profile for Ezra Brooks. This is leaning into like a PB&J type of vibe. A little bit of peanut butter, heavy jam. So to Aaron's point, she's saying that Ezra is warmer and cozier. It is 10 proof points higher. So it's definitely warmer. And that does come through on the palate in some ways. Oh, Aaron and I may disagree here. Not uncommon. Oh, William is saying the internet's saying it's called Nash Tucky. Yeah. The Nash Tucky, but yeah, some of those are really good too. Again, single barrel dependent or blend dependent. Just depends. So on the palate, the Ezra Brooks 120 proof full proof pick. It's a little bit more. I mean, it is right down peanut butter and jelly lane. You've got that kind of like sweet peanut buttery profile. And then on top of that, you've got just like a jammy strawberry jamminess. Whereas like the Penelope Rosé cask finish was, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to go back to the Penelope Rosé cask finish after this, but the Ezra to me, $60. This thing is like off profile in the best way possible. Okay, now that I've tasted that kind of peanut butter and jelly, peanut butteriness on the palate, I come back to the nose, and then that's where that Ezra Brooks, like a little bit of the nuttiness starts coming through. A little bit of like a honey roasted peanut. Wow, in a really nice way, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's like a peanut butter jelly sandwich that has honey drizzled on it as well. On the palate, the more I sip it, the more the nuttiness comes through. man, at like 120 proof, you know, my mind thinks about Knob Creek picks, right? Knob Creek picks are 120 proof, $60. That's what the Ezra is. Is this appreciably better or different than those? It's hard to say better or worse. I will say it's definitely different. It definitely leans more towards like the fruity side, whereas the Knob Creek leans more towards the nutty spice side. So it's all on what your palate prefers. I've had Knob Creek picks I like less than this because they're heavily nutty. And then I've had Knob Creeks I like better than this because they incorporate a little bit like that blackberry note. When I like, man, if I can get that on Knob Creek picks, sometimes I love it. This is a super fun twist on the Ezra Brooks profile. Very, very good. To Aaron's point, it is warmer and cozier, or it is warm and cozy at least. I won't say it's cozier, but the Penelope Rosé cask to me, going back to it, I don't know, it feels more unique, maybe. Like the Ezra is off-profile Ezra in a very good way, which in and of itself has merit. But the Penelope Rosé cask is like, I feel like it's got the Ezra in oiliness, not finish. Trying the two side by side, it doesn't have it on finish. Oiliness, and then just like it's a different profile because of the rosé cask. So, two very cool picks. Ezra is great. I mean, $60, great price. JG, yes, the Penelope is juicy. That's for sure. All right. Real quick, let's talk about these last two before we get out of here. I can see now that this is going to be an hour-long live stream, but we're going to end it under an hour. Even though I have to Irish goodbye myself. So, next up, Essence. Evernorth Essence Bourbon. We went up there, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, and we picked a bourbon and a rye. Both of these are phenomenal barrels. We picked these in collaboration with Maumee Valley Whiskey Society. We actually picked the bourbon, put it in their dump tank, ran it down the bottling line. Aaron and friends, we'll say, put the labels on, and then I wrote me and I think Brandon at Evernorth wrote all the things. So at some point you're going to have, potentially, you might get a bottle with my handwriting on it. Not that that matters at all, but so this is Green River whiskey, but it's not a mash bill that they release themselves. It's 6 years old. It's 74% corn, 16% rye, 10% malted barley. Their typical recipe that they release is 21% rye. I don't know the other percentages. I think it's 70 corn, 21 rye, 9 malted barley. So we're dealing with higher corn, lower rye, higher malted barley on this release. This barrel should be coming out before we live stream again in May 18th on the channel. This is going, since it was a collaborative pick with Maumee Valley Whiskey Society, we only get half of the barrel, and some of that was sold to our members that were on the pick as well as us. So we don't have a lot of these bottles. It's going to be a lottery bottle for us. The bourbon is. The rye will be open to all, and it'll go a lot further. But the bourbon will be a lottery bottle. I think there'll be maybe like 60-ish bottles available. This is barrel number GR272. And I think Josh did ask that before. Josh Fritz did ask what the barrel number was, right? Yeah, he said, what Essence barrel number is that? GR272. 132 proof, 6-year-old Green River mash bill that does not exist in any of their own products. So you will not get a Green River pick that tastes like this because it doesn't taste like any Green River pick. It tastes absolutely awesome. It is a powerhouse bourbon. It is a big pour. We are working our way in order. We are going to try this. It will be coming out in lottery. I think if the game plan is if we have 60 or more bottles available, we're going to take 20 bottles. We're going to make 10 available to the $20 tier. We're going to take the other 10 and make those a lottery bottle for the $12, $6, and $3 tiers. And then the other 40 bottles will release to the $40 and up tiers. And those will be first come, first serve for those. It's going to sell out quick. It's a really, really good pick. It just is what it is. Wow. All right. Okay. We're going from 110, 120, now up to 132, and it shows. If you don't like big whiskey, big proof, steer clear of this. It does drink very big. All right, first things first, there's like a, I mean, I don't, how do you, it's, oh man. I don't even want to say, since I know it's such a limited bottle, I don't want to say things sometimes because I don't want to build any hype or anything. So like the Penelope and the Ezra, well worth the money, super great bottles, super good buys. The fact that this bottle is only $70 is silly. This should be $150. This is a good bottle. Very 130 at least, to be honest. But on paper, it is what it is. 6-year Green River, Bourbon Junkies, Evernorth, they charge what they charge. It is what it is. Because of the fact that they won't mark this stuff up, and all credit to them. That's why we have to do a lottery, because for the price, it's going to go very fast. Justin Williams in the house, he knows what's up. He says, no one wants the Evernorth bottle. It's trash. I promise you won't like it. Disregard the fact that I want to buy them all. Yeah, I will or will not confirm that Justin and I did, what's the word here? Not consult, not cohort, collude. We colluded on this barrel never even releasing and potentially just buying every bottle of it. It's like every chewy sweet tart, the big boys, those big discs, the green apple, the cherry and the grape, and then you just zap it with like tobacco, sweet tobacco, barrel char, barrel influence. Whew. I mean, it will crawl up your nostrils. It's not hiding its proof at all. It is a big pour. Whew. Yeah, it smells really good. It's good on the palate. Wow. Look, it. Sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, it drinks under proof." This one don't. It's packing every bit of its 132 proof punch. It's bringing it to the table, and it's just like slapping it on the table unabashedly. Man, more of the barrel comes through on the palate, because like on the nose it feels sweet and proofy. On the palate, it comes through with a balance with the sweet and the proof. You get this barrel influence that comes in as well. Man, that is a mega whiskey right there. It's very like it. All right. So here's what I was saying. The Penelope Rosé cask, super enjoyable bottle. Love that. The Ezra Brooks, very good, cool, off profile, awesome. You can drink both of these in a social setting and enjoy them and be fine. This Evernorth, it's a showstopper type of bottle. Like it you have to pump the brakes. kind of short circuit your brain a little bit. You taste it, and whatever you were doing, you have to stop doing that because it commands all the attention. Some people might not like that. If you like a balanced pour, this is not that. This is full of sharp edges, very much a brash approach to sweet bourbon, sweet fruity bourbon. But if you like sweet and fruity and you prefer something that commands attention versus is this like beautiful wave of flavor or whatever, like I love this. There are people that will not like this. I guarantee you that. But there's gonna be people that love this. Sugar Kitty says giant chew. I don't know if that's like a spin on Big League Chew, but definitely, yeah. That sounds right. Nathan's trying to bribe his way in. Asking for a friend, would sending Aaron knitting supplies increase their chances of getting drawn in the lottery? Yeah, I should say, by the way, if you look, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but just to put like straight up full disclosure, we try not to pay attention to who is in what tier. To us, if you're a part of our Patreon community, I don't care if you exist at the $3 tier or the $100 tier. We love you all the same. We love you guys just for watching. You don't even have to support us. Like, we appreciate the support for sure. The support allows us to go and pick cool barrels like these. Without the support, we don't get to do this. But because you support, we do get to do this. That said, I do want to mention we do have one spot available in the $20 tier right now, and that's it. Every other tier above that is sold out. And then after that, start stacking up in the $12 tier. That's going to be the spot where you can get in. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. So I never mention that. I don't know if people appreciate that or not. I feel like, to me, I don't mention it because I don't want to sound salesy. I really don't care about being salesy. We have the channel and do what we do like as part of the community and in service of you guys. Use our platform to go do cool whiskey stuff like this. So if you like that, you want to join in, join in. And if you don't and you just want to watch, that's totally cool too. We love all you guys. We appreciate you. We're all part of this together. Sugar Kitty is saying large size sweet tarts are known as giant chew. Oh, okay. That's new to me. Look, I love that. I love the chewy sweet tarts. That's honestly what this that's exactly what this Evernorth pick smells and tastes like. But just if they've been aged in a barrel for a long time. Hey, we got Matt in the house, ADHD whiskey. Matt, he says, hey Josh, cheers all. Erin's in the other room. She'll probably see your comment. She'll probably comment back. I am so bummed I can't be on Matt Madness this year. Curse you and your crazy 9 p.m. East or 9 p.m. Central start times for that. I go to bed at 9 p.m. I got to be up at 3:30 for work, which is not your problem. It's my problem. But it does mean that when you start a stream at 9 o'clock, I can't be drinking whiskey for 2 or 3 hours and then going into work on 3.5 hours of sleep to drive a tractor trailer 11 hours a day. So I do hate to miss, though. Man, I hate to miss. Like you would not believe. This last one was great with Outlaw and Klein and Sid. Oh, dude. Sid was putting it to those guys. Nathan saying there were two, but I upgraded earlier. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I just went and checked. I saw that it was one spot available. So there we go. Appreciate you, brother. Ab Suburban Lootly. I love that. Says, hi, bro. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining in. All right. Dude, that Evernorth pick. It's like there could be a hint of peanut butteriness in there in the background. It's like the chewy sweet tarts, liquefied, barrel aged, oaky, which you could read as like a sweet peanut butteriness on the back end, but it's just like It's liquefied chewy sweet tarts in a barrel, not the blue one though. Oh man, that's so good. That's like, I don't have any other Glens in here, and that's a good thing. That's like what I wish Stag Juniors were these days. Where did they go wrong? Matt ADHD Whiskey says, I wish you could do it. Boo work. I agree. JG says, Josh works 450 hours per week. It is to that point. Aaron's saying, wrap it up, Buttercup. All right, we're going to do this Reveries real quick. Where's it at? Reveries. So this is a very interesting release. If you are familiar, and I don't think many people need me to introduce you to Take, T8KE, Take, J West at Shared Pour at r/bourbon on Reddit. This is the Reveries Bespoke Blend. The Reveries presents a limited release of rare whiskeys, mythical in nature, unsurpassable in execution. Those are big words. Rare release, bespoke blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, 128.8 proof. There was a pre-sale on this, which I thought was really interesting. Let me see if I can find it here. It was a pre-sale for $140. We will taste it with that price tag in mind. The pre-sale concluded already. It begins, shipping begins April 18th. Oh yeah, we're past that. Kentucky and Indiana, aged in Kentucky, Indiana, and Virginia, bottled in Virginia. This is 41. Okay, so it says age 41% 9-year Reveries, 48% 10-year Reveries, 11% 14-year Reveries. So we're dealing with a 9 to 14-year blend. Black wax, gold foiled cask label. Yep. I don't want to read the tasting notes. We will revisit those. I did see overall a whiskey for the night. I dig that. I will admit, I have had a little bit out of this, if you can tell. This is not the first time I'm sampling it. The mash bills here. The 2 9-years in here are Indiana, both 21% rye MGP mash bills. And that comprises, let me math real quick, because I gotta do the 4 with the 7 and carry the 1. And then that equals 7 plus 4 is 11. You carry the 1, 2, 3, 4. 41% of this is 9-year-old MGP. Immediately, well, that's what I just read. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know why they differentiated 9-year MGP, 21% rye, 14%. 9-year MGP, 21% rye, 27%. Maybe just 2 different barrels. But then I did all that math on camera, and now I feel really self-conscious. As Aaron would say, I feel really unconscious right now. And then we have 10-year Kentucky, which is 78% corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley. That's Heaven Hill. I don't know for sure. It's not disclosed, but that's a Heaven Hill mash bill. 12% malted barley. 48% of the blend is cask strength 10-year Heaven Hill. And then 14-year Kentucky, 75, 13, 12. That's 11%. More than likely 14-year turkey, but it could be beam. It could be a few things. I'm gonna guess it's turkey. It's pure speculation. Jay probably would appreciate that I do not speculate. All right, so what are we dealing with here? 9-year MGP, 20% rye mash bill, which I love, plus the lion's share of the blend is essentially 21% rye, 9-year from Indiana MGP, and 48% Heaven Hill, with a little splash of probably turkey. So let's try it. It's sold out. If you can get a bottle or you got a bottle, this is a fun like little nightcap to the stream here. All right, when I smell this, it smells like, it's wild. To me, it smells more like Booker's than anything, but like a really, really, really good Booker's. Like that. This is what I wish Booker's was every time. There's like a cinnamon broom. Not cinnamon spice, not cinnamon candle, not cinnamon amberana, but like a cinnamon broom, or like the cinnamon. You go to the grocery store, and they have those cinnamony like. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Erin is tasting this in the room, by the way. Hopefully, she will comment. JG, this is not for that stream. And then J Hill's in here. All right, don't be agging me on, guys. JG says it only adds up to 132.567%. That's good mathing. You're daggum right. Strong suit. This is a great comment. Absuburban Lutely says, how do y'all find all these flavors? All I get is bourbon. Bourbon tastes like bourbon. You can say it skews fruity sweet, or it skews candy sweet, or it skews candy bar sweet, or it skews dessert sweet, or skews pastry or confectionery sweet. That's the first thing I think about when I think about bourbon. Which way does it skew? What lane is it in? And then once I determine, okay, this is fruity sweet, what kind of fruity sweet? Is it apple peels? Is it, whatever? Or if it skews candy sweet, is this more like an Airhead or Jolly Rancher or something like that? If it skews desserty sweet, am I thinking more like, okay, is this a candy bar? Is this chocolate? Is this like a little bit more of like a confectionery type of thing? I just try to find the lane and then put language to what we're tasting. That has taken years to develop. And then even now, Erin is just like, yeah, this smells like bourbon. Tastes like bourbon. And that's totally fine as well. Is it sweet? Is it bitter? Is it earthy? Is it savory? If you can just categorize what it is, that's enough, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness. Nathan Hollis just made me about spit my whiskey all over the computer screen and camera lens. He said, Aaron wants to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. That's incredible. That is incredible. Quinn Ift has a autocorrect typo. He said, if it's hitting you more like a good hookers, I wonder if it's beam and not turkey. He did correct himself and said hookers. Look, I would not know if it's hitting me like a good hooker or not, but for a Booker's, I'm wondering if that 75-13-12, that is a turkey and a beam mash bill. I wouldn't think that 11% of a blend of beam would overtake all that Heaven Hill. I think it's the Heaven Hill MGP turkey mashup that is kind of putting it, because turkey can go cinnamon and brown sugar, beam can go cinnamon and brown sugar, MGP can go brown sugar and a little bit of like none of these things are off base. Like this all sounds plausible. But here's the thing. This is what I think about with this bottle. Would I rather pay $100 to $120 for a Booker's, or would I rather pay $120 or $140 for this? Easy. This all day long. It's not even a question. This right here kills almost every Booker's release I can ever remember having, period. This is awesome. And I did see that Erin did comment on this. She said the Reveries is really good. It's definitely a nighttime pour. Yeah, it's dark, rich, dense, sweet, but tempered sweetness. Man, you get the Heaven Hill. That's wild. I'm really focusing in on the sip for the first time. That's crazy. Okay. That's a really good blend. It it hits your palate in the beginning like a really good Elijah Craig barrel proof. Almost exactly, which that makes sense that the lion's share of the blend is Elijah or Heaven Hill barrel strength. It hits your palate with that, and then it shifts gears into the blackberry, blueberry notes that I get on really old Heaven Hill or really old Wild Turkey, like Russell's 15, Russell's the best Russell's like the batch one of Russell's 13, Generations. Um, yeah, that's crazy. That's really good. That is very, very, very good whiskey, to be honest with you. Okay, so Dave got one. I've only had the fresh crack of the Raven. I'm a big fan. Mine showed up Friday. This is probably the third pour I've had of it. And this is like critically tasting. This is the first time I've really tasted it. It smells more nutty and beamy on the nose to me, but you get it on the palate and it's all Heaven Hill and Turkey. The MGP only exists in this blend, even though it is 41% of the blend. It exists to bring some of the brightness and the lightness to it, which is nice to balance it out against the darkness. Okay, so we went, Aaron and I, Avery, and my stepmom Siri. She had that name way before Apple, obviously. We went to a local restaurant called the Homestead, and we had a thing called the Bro Nut, which was we had it as an appetizer. It was a biscuit that had been deep fried and covered in a blueberry compote, and I'm getting those notes in the Reveries, and that is wild because that had like the blueberry compote, the deep friedness, which is like a deep fried donut, but like also like if you ever had a deep fried Oreo, it kind of had that same type of vibe to it. But then you add in the biscuit, which has this like salty, um, just like beautiful quality. Like, oh man, I'm like, I think because of the fact that I had that deep fried biscuit with the blueberry compote on it earlier, it's making me like this Reveries even more because I'm connecting dots, you know, and taste and smell are so connected overall. That's a big deal. I do realize I have gone past my hour. I said we'd be off in an hour. I'm not. I have failed you guys. All right, now that I've tried all these, let me run back down the gamut here. I'll let you know what I think one more time. Again, the Penelope Rosé Cask Finish 110 proof pick from the Shareport Partners event this last summer, coming out tomorrow on Patreon. Ezra Brooks coming out tomorrow on Patreon. Rosé Cask Finish Penelope. Wow, dude, that has the best nose to me. JG says, Josh, can you recap everything? Don't leave out the small details. This honest, well, the Evernorth pick might have the nose. This Penelope Rosé Cask Finish is up there on the nose. It is the lowest proof by a lot, and that does show. However, it does deliver. Man, that's so good. It's oily. I love the oiliness. I love the fruitiness. It does have that. Whether or not you drink rosé, good rosé is good. If you're not drinking good rosé, you're missing out on a delightful palate experience that you could be having. The color of a good rosé, that kind of pinkish candied hue, that has that on the palate. Very good. I'm very, very happy with that barrel. So glad we picked it. It comes through with the caramel, the toffee in the background. Awesome. moving on to the Ezra. By the way, let me click over. That was $80. Very unique, super good, 100%. I want to buy a backup. I'm going to see if I can with Aaron. We shall see. I do want a backup of that. The Ezra. Oh, the Ezra's a little bit more like salted caramel, salted peanuts, strawberry. Is honey roasted peanut butter a thing? On the palate, that is strawberry jam and honey roasted peanut butter. Man, that's really good. It would be very difficult to pick a favorite between the Ezra and the Rosé cask. I would pick based on your profile preferences. If I had to pick, if you said this is okay, we just had this in the video earlier. If I had to pick between these two, and you said, hey, they're dead even, different, but both very enjoyable, you have to pick another pour of one of these tonight, I would pick the Penelope Rosé cask finish. Personally, it's just it's a little bit different, it's unique and it's so enjoyable. So that's what I want to drink more of. However, I do want the Ezra as well. Very good. Green River, the Evernorth pick from Green River. By the way, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna go real inside baseball. So the Evernorth pick, we're gonna do a sticker for it, and it's going to be a Grizzly River Rampage sticker. It's only going to make the most sense to anybody that's in Nashville or went to Opryland as a theme park and not a mall and hotel. But they had a Grizzly River Rampage water rafting ride. As you can see on the label, there's a bear. A barrel. Get it? Barrel. So there's a barrel. And they had a water ride called the Grizzly River Rampage. So Green River, Grizzly Bear, Grizzly River Rampage. So we're going to do a Grizzly River Rampage sticker. That's a bit nostalgic for me. So I do need an extra bottle of this. Hopefully you guys will forgive me for getting an extra bottle of that. I'm going to get one. And then the rye is going to be counter, in tandem to that, which at Opryland Amusement Theme Park was Screaming Delta Demon, which was a kind of a dragony type of thing. I could just show you here real quick. So the Grizzly River Rampage is standby. Here we go. All right. So Grizzly River Rampage kind of ties in with the bear. This has to be way more saturated. We got to punch this up to fit the label.
Could you please be done in 10 minutes?
Yeah. We're done already. We're just recapping.
Can you be done?
I'm doing
in 10 minutes.
Yes, I'm doing a Tennessee goodbye. And then I'm just showing the people the sticker ideas.
Okay.
And then for the rye, 10 minutes, guys.
And then I'm shutting the stream down.
I'm gonna be off in 2 minutes. So the rye is gonna be a Screaming Delta Demon. You can see the dragon there. So there's that. This is our join Patreon if you want more of this content. I don't know why anybody would, but that's where we're at. So the Evernorth Bourbon and Rye, amazing. The bourbon is going to be a lottery item. The rye is going to release in tiered order collaboratively. The rye is killer too. We did not compare the rye to the bourbon. We just ran the bourbon down the bottling line, helped out the Evernorth guys. They are bottling the Evernorth rye any moment in time now. JG says, Josh is taking so much time. The Breakfast Club is now the dinner club. If you missed the beginning of the stream, we're going to have a family movie night with Avery, our 13-year-old daughter. And we're going to watch Breakfast Club. She's never seen it before. So, also, I can't wait to hang with JG during the annual event for Stuff and Whiskey, which is coming up. We have a few tickets available. I don't know if they sold out or not, but we have 3 to 4 tickets available. And if you want to join in, you can join in. I feel like I need my keyboard right now. Post about it right now. So, if you would like to join in, then you can join in at the link I'm about to post. That's May 16th and 17th in Nashville, Tennessee. And then on July 25th and 26th in Nashville, Tennessee, we will be having a Barrels for Hope, which is a charity organization that I sit on the board for, vice president, along with Lance at Whiskey Tornado, Dusty Dan Whiskey Reviews, Joe Carter, Maumee Valley Whiskey Society, Kim Schwartz is our events officer, Bill Kavanaugh. You probably heard his name mentioned on Whiskey Tube if you've been tuned in heavily. He is our logistics officer. And then we got Brian Miller as our treasurer. We support mental health. We support children through Make-A-Wish. We support American Cancer Society. And we support Folds of Honor for our military men and women, as well as mental health to write love on our arms is a, military is lost lives in service as well as mental health after service. So we try to support both angles there. So that's all coming up. If you want to join in on that, email Kim. Let me put it here. Kim at barrelsforhope.com. All right. $250 a ticket. That gets you a bottle share Friday night, food Saturday night, bottle share Saturday night, check presentation. It's going to be an awesome time. Join in on that if you want to be a part in July. All right, I did lose track because I wanted to hit my talking points before Aaron kicked me off of here. But the Evernorth pick of bourbon, very good. The rye pick, killer. The bourbon, we had a little bit of a back and forth on. The rye, open and shut case, killer. Jay is spot on. He says 1 minute equals 10 minutes in Josh time. Aaron would attest to that. It's a real problem. Okay, so Dan was on the pick, and he said rye should be bottling next week per Sean. Pardon me, I got a little bit of hiccups going on. Don and Mark from the Maumee Valley Whiskey Society ran into Sean in Bardstown last week. Nice. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh, man. These are all good. These are all so good. I'm not even trying to pick a favorite. They're just all so good. Hey, we got Brandon in the house. Good to see you, brother. Bottling Tuesday. Hope to have on the truck to DC end of the week. So I wonder if the will the bourbon release before the rye? Also, Brandon, congrats on your March Madness win. Stick it to Sean. He deserves it. Good job. Oh, I'm on that. No. So Dave said, remember that omeprazole. So I was doing omeprazole routines, and my doctor, let me clarify. I was doing omeprazole every 2-3 months because of Dan and Sean. Screw those guys. They don't know what they're talking about. I consulted my medical physician, and they said, don't do that. You're an idiot. Don't do that, but once or twice a year. Just do Pepcid AC every day. That's far more healthy for you. So now I'm on a Pepcid AC regimen. So how much can you trust those bourbon junkies? When it comes to whiskey, a lot. When it comes to medical advice, turns out not their forte. So Kyle's saying, looking at the hangouts for May 16th and 17th, can't make it for the barrel pick at NBC. Dinners are possible. Well, that's good news because all the barrel pick tickets are sold out. So you can get in on the dinners and the bottle shares. And I don't know if we try to be really transparent, Patreon wise, probably to a fault. Aaron's texting me. All right, she's saying, end the stream. We're going to end the stream. To a fault, we are transparent. All the money for that just covers the cost of the penthouse for the bottle share, so we don't get kicked out of anywhere. It covers the dinners, all that stuff. Cash knows what's up. Pepsi AC for the win. There we go. So, all right, guys. For the win is you guys for tuning into this. Thank you for being a part. We got a pizza and salad and breakfast club movie night to do with the family here. So we're going to end it there. And I don't know what else needs to be said. These are dropping tomorrow on Patreon. The Rosé Cask Finish Penelope, the Ezra Brooks Foolproof, the Evernorth Bourbon is coming soon, as well as the Rye. And then the Reverie sold out already. So that's where we're at. So what's coming up? Bunch of videos on the channel. Bunch of barrel picks on Patreon. Cash is saying May's a brutal month for my schedule. 5 birthdays into school. Yeah, dude. Somebody asked me to do something in May the other day, and I was like, are you crazy? That's not happening. That is not happening because May is crazy with 18-year-old birthdays, graduation parties, all that stuff. There's a lot going on in May. JG saying Josh broke the end button, Aaron. I can see the end stream right there. Enjoy your evening, all, says Nathan Hollis. I agree. Hopefully you guys enjoy your evening. Cuban Coyote says, do you have pulled doubles down I-24 through Paducah? I used to. Now I go from Nashville to like 45 minutes past Atlanta, 40 miles past Atlanta towards Macon and come back every day. So that's my work schedule these days. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for joining in. This is a very accurate representation of how our Patreon live streams usually go. So if you want more of this, you can tune in, join our Patreon. If you don't want to, totally okay as well. We're going to keep bringing this content completely free, but this one specifically was public because of the Barrels for Hope event. You have a unique opportunity where the tickets did not sell out right away. So we have a few tickets available. If you want to join in, come on, have some pours. Aaron and I will be there. We're going to have a bunch of people there. It's going to be a really great time. Also, these two releasing on Patreon tomorrow. Everything that needs to be said was said. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for making this possible. We do it because of you guys. We love to use our platform to serve you guys and just go do cool picks like these. Have a good time. So, cheers to that. Cheers to you. See you soon. See you tomorrow.